I'm not normally this excited at a train station, but I'm at Canterbury train station at the moment and I'm going to get a train to Rochester. So what could be in Rochester? I've just got off at the train station and look what I've got. It's a Model 3. It's so windy, apologies. Okay, I'm going to do a really quick first impressions video. So firstly, I have to say I think that's a pretty good looking car. And very well polished as well. And this is from the lovely guys and gals at EVision electrical vehicle hire. I hired a Model S with them ages and ages ago. I think that's a slick looking car, I think. I don't love the front. I don't love it, but it is still good looking, I think, and it looks great in black. One of the things I'll be testing is the boot. So let's look at the boot. Now it's actually pretty big. It's difficult to see in the shade, but it is big. And this bit lifts up, and then you've got all that space down there as well. I mean, it's certainly bigger than the Niro's boot. The issue, really, is just this bit. The fact that it's not hatch. Okay. Let's get inside. So I've really parked in a bad place with these ugly bins there. Sorry about that. It doesn't do the car justice, does it, really? So here it is. Here's the cockpit in all its minimalist glory. And all of that glass. Beautiful, beautiful glass up there. Here's obviously you've probably seen a million videos already. And to be honest, I don't know what I'm doing on here, but you've got all of these different bits of web. I mean, it's just bizarre having a web browser in a car, I think. But anyway, it's pretty amazing. This is a standard range plus, so it's charged up to, where do I find that out? You're probably going to be really annoyed with me for not knowing my way around here, but anyway, so it's charged up to about 85%, I think, so it's 188 miles of range. And anyway, yeah, there it is. Well, it's I'm going to do a more detailed video, several more detailed videos, but for now I think that would be it. Okay, this is going to be my first time driving a Model 3. It's not my first time driving a Tesla. The first time driving a Tesla was a Model S that I hired about 3 years ago now, maybe less, before I got the e-Niro. And that was my first Tesla experience. And funnily enough, it left me a little bit cold. So it was an amazing car, but I didn't love the way it drove particularly, although it was extremely quick. I didn't love the way it drove, and also I felt it was too big. So I've heard a lot of reports saying that the Model 3 is better in that regard. It's smaller, so it's more suited to English roads. And some people say that it's a much nicer driving experience than the Model S. So I'm just interested to see what I think. It's pretty well known that the mapping in the Tesla is one of the best things about it. Mapping and the supercharger network. So let's just have a look. Let's see how easy it is to get back to Canterbury. So at the moment I'm in Faversham. Navigate. I'd already entered it there actually. So let's just press Canterbury there. I've got 180.
Turn left onto the mall.
So I've got 187 miles of range at the moment, and it says I'm going to get to Canterbury. Ooh, it just went. How do I get back down there? 77% battery. It says I'm going to have when I get there. So actually, it's not going to use very much, is it, on that road? I'm trying to think. Is that motorway? A bit of motor? No, it's just an A road. Okay, so it's not any motorway driving, but it is a kind of a fast sort of 70-mile-an-hour road. So 77% battery there. I'm not sure actually how much percentage I've got now. How do I find out the percentage? No, go away. How do I get the percentage? Am I missing something obvious? I'm probably missing something obvious, and every Tesla owner is shouting at me right now and is saying, Andrew, you idiot, you just have to go blah blah blah, and then you can get it. Well, I mean, I think I'm about 80%, 85% battery, I think maybe. But yeah, I mean, surely there's a way of getting the percentages. That's just setting the limit. How do I? No. Okay. God knows. Good Lord, there's so many options, isn't there? Okay, well, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna go through all these different options once I understand what on earth is going on. I'll go through all these options, but for the moment, let's get going and see what happens. So before I go, let me just explain the reason I've got this. I've got this Model 3 because I wanted to scratch an itch, and I wanted to play around with it and see what it's like. I've been driving the e-Niro now for over a year, and I love it. But of course, there's always this thing in my head, like, well, the Model 3, you know, is it a better car? And I've had certain impressions of Tesla anyway from driving the Model S once, and I just want to see what this is like. This is a far more appropriate car for English small roads. So I want to see what it's like. I want to show Flaviana and see what she thinks, and I want to do a comparison between this and the e-Niro, which I don't think anyone has done before, not that I've seen. So I hope that'll be really interesting. I do have a camera up here, so that is recording everything I'm seeing, hopefully. But it is also not a very good camera, because I have ordered a GoPro, but it hasn't arrived yet. Funny feeling actually, because it really feels like there's an awful lot of power. Well, there is an awful lot of power in this thing, and going slowly at the moment doesn't feel very smooth. It kind of is juddering, but maybe that's just because I'm in a weird mode or something. I'm practically driving a computer. One of the things that I know Flaviana, my wife, was a little bit worried about was the driving position. So she
turn left onto Preston Grove.
So she thought the driving position would be too low, and actually I don't feel like it is, because I'm not a big sports car kind of guy particularly. You know, and I quite like the high driving position that I've got in the Niro. But this actually feels fine. The visibility is really good. Helped by just this massive amount of glass everywhere. And I'm certainly not as conscious of the width of this as I was the Model S.
Now turn left
it is,
onto Canterbury Road.
Obviously it's not as wide, but it is wider than the Niro. But yeah, I mean, so far it's very smooth. Let's get so we've got the blower settings here, so let's just put up the AC a little bit and play around with this brilliant air flow thing. I'm going to go through all of this sort of stuff again in another video. But yeah, the airflow, oh god, it's so cool. It is like an iPad with wheels. And so far, okay, so one of the first things that I thought I would have a problem with would be the lack of a dashboard, like right in front. This has so much power in it, so it just wants you to put the foot down. I'm in a 30 zone, so I'm not going to, obviously, but it just really wants you to. It feels feels like it's just waiting to go. It seems a shame not to be on the motorway with this thing. In terms of the whole thing about not seeing the speed right in front of me, you know, it doesn't bother me in the slightest. And bear in mind, this is the first time I've driven it, and I really thought that was going to be a real problem for me. I thought there are certain preconceptions I had one is going to be, yeah, that's going to be stupid not having the speed right in front of you, and there should be a HUD display that pops up. So we're at 50 now. Oh gosh, yeah, it really wants to go, isn't it? Yeah, so I really thought that was going to be a problem, but it really isn't. It doesn't take any effort at all just to look there. Now, I've got to stress, I'm not a Tesla fanboy, and I'm not even an Elon Musk fanboy, but so I am going to try and approach these videos in as balanced way as possible. And for the full-on balance, of course, we've got my wife Flaviana, so the moment she starts talking, I'm sure she'll give ample balance. Hey, I can't just go back home, can I? Hey, go the motorway. So let's talk about visibility just briefly. So visibility is really good, as you would expect for an iPad covered in glass. So let's just put the foot down. Yeah, oh gosh, that's quick.
Exit 6 on the left on Ashford.
Yeah, that's quick, isn't it? That's nice. I like that. That's addictive, I would say. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely got more punch than the Niro. So this does, and I'm going to get these numbers wrong, so apologies in advance. This does 0 to 62, so 0 to 100 kilometers, 62 miles. It does in, I believe, 5.5 seconds. The Niro does it in like 7.8 seconds, so this definitely is more punchy. The Model S I've found so fast and so surprisingly fast that it almost made me faint, which is not good, is it? So far, it's miles better, I would say, than the Model S in the way it feels, and just the driving experience, the way I don't feel quite so nervous about scratching the alloys. Not that I would on the motorway. I'd have to be a pretty bad driver to scratch the alloys on the motorway. And yes, for the driver, it feels very open and spacious. It's a beautiful driving position. I'm pretty surprised. I don't necessarily feel like I would want the Model Y to be high, or the Model X, sorry, to be high up. I don't feel like I would actually need it. I'd be interested to see what Flaviana thinks about it, because I'm going to get her driving this as well. So I'm back home, and this was just a first impressions video, this one, so I still need time to think it over, I think. But my first impressions are that it's a really, really, really good car. Is it the best electric car? No, because that all depends really on many different things, but it depends on your own situation, and you'll find out more about that when I do the video about the Tesla and what my wife thinks about it. So that will be coming soon. But for the moment, my first impressions. Okay, so it's a spectacular car. It's extremely impressive. It's from this, between this and the Model S, this is better, I think, for me certainly. It's better suited to UK roads, certainly. You know this already, but the infotainment system, the sat nav and all that, is you can't beat it, and it's pointless. It's pointless pretending that you can. Okay, so I'm not a Tesla fanboy by saying that cannot be beaten. However, the lack of buttons and things like that is a potential issue. Not personally for me, funnily enough, but I can see that's a potential issue. And again, talking to Flaviana, that's certainly her point of view with it. But yeah, the size of it is good. You know, it's a pretty good size, I think. Again, it does feel bigger than the Niro, so I still probably prefer the Niro in terms of the size of it. But I'm going to do a video. So what I'm going to do, I've got this for the weekend. I'm going to do a video comparing this to the e-Niro, because I haven't seen any out there like that. So I'll do I'll look at the space in each, I'll look at the functionality of each, and the way each one drives. So I'm going to do that video, and I'm also going to do a video with Flaviana and Aurelia, and seeing what they think about it. But yeah, for now, I just wanted to do this quick video just to say that I've got the Model 3. If there's anything actually you want me to test, I don't have very much time because I do just have this weekend, and I do want to spend some of it with my family. So I'm not going to be doing videos all weekend, but clearly I've got an opportunity here to do a few videos. So if there is anything that you would like me to cover, then do let me know and I will try. But for the moment, I've got to say I'm impressed, and yeah, stay tuned for the other videos coming in the next few days. I'm not sure how long it'll take me to edit it all together because there's a lot of footage. There's going to be a lot of footage to go through and it takes me ages to edit. So for now, what I will say actually, okay, so if you watch any of these videos and you think, yeah, Andrew, I want a Tesla, then I would appreciate it greatly if you use my referral code, because there's a referral code because I've ordered a Cybertruck, then I have a referral code. If you use the referral code, you get 1,000 free supercharger miles, which is quite a big deal really, and I also get entered into a draw to win a Model Y and a Roadster, which would be lovely. Imagine if I got the Roadster and I brought that home, what would my wife say? That would be a video worth watching. So if you watch any of these videos and you do want a Tesla, please use my referral link. I'll be eternally grateful. But for now, let me just say thank you very much for watching, and I appreciate this is a short video, but much longer videos are coming, and they'll be far more detailed, obviously, than this. But yeah, I'm going to put my Tesla to bed now and turn on Sentry mode. That's the thing that I'm most looking forward to, probably, but I'll cover that in another video. Okay, well, thank you very much. I'll speak to you later. Bye for now.